I don't want to say that I wasn't happy, but I felt that there was more for me and
Yeah.
my family. That was my life. That was my life for so many years. So I could hang out Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Yeah.
Please leave me alone because I'm getting ready for work on Monday. It's in your financial benefit to be a hustler.
Welcome to the 200% Live podcast. We are live. We're here. If you're watching, it's probably 5 a.m. I don't know what time you're doing, but this is the time where you need to get your notepads. We have an amazing show today, and I want to remind you to subscribe, rate, comment, like, put it on your Christmas parties in 11 months. I don't know, put it in your Easter parties. Let's just do it. It's spring. It is the middle of April, and we're excited today. Today, I'm bringing the fire because this is a great story. And this gentleman sitting next to me is very special to us. But, we're in this business of real estate. And for us right now, it is very, very important to have key people. And I want to introduce to you guys today just a guy full of life. Amazing sense of humor. Hopefully we'll hear some of it today because it'll make some great clips and reels. And but at the end of the day, hard worker. Follows the assignment. Of life, of business, and entrepreneur as of the last 3-4 years. And we're excited to call him part of our team here, the JG Signature team. And let's introduce today the amazing. We call him the Asian sensation, Ruben Salamat.
Oh man, what an introduction, Jeremy. I appreciate that. I couldn't have said it better myself, so I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I love that, man. So today, we're drinking today El Dorado 12. This bottle is a very special bottle that was given to me. So cheers to you, man. Cheers. On the rocks there. It's a little mix of whiskey, a little mix of rum, but it is just rum, but it tastes like both. And after 4, it probably tastes like tequila. But we're having a good time, just a casual, great conversation today. I want to take the viewers and the listeners. I want to hear this story because I think your story is very inspiring, and especially to a lot of the people that are ready to start entrepreneurship, that are ready to just say, forget this corporate world. I want something bigger. I want to make my own schedule. I want to write my own checks. So, but let's start first before we get into that. Your background. You are half.
I am half Spanish from Spain.
Uh-huh.
And half Filipino. That's why they call me the listing Asian. Shout out to all my Filipino listeners out there.
Let's go.
Salamat y se soporta. That's all I know in Filipino, as well as some bad words, but that's for another show.
That's for another job, right? Hey, this is uncensored, by the way. You can say whatever you want.
True.
I love it. So, were you born in the United States?
So, my father's Filipino. He joined the military, right?
Uh-huh.
He traveled the world and met my lovely mother in Spain.
Okay.
They did their thing. And that's when I showed up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
In Spain.
In Spain.
Oh, so you have
romantic.
parents.
Huh?
God, you're born in Spain.
I was born in Spain.
Which city in Spain? Which city in Spain?
Rota, Spain. Rota.
Rota.
Yeah, that's a military base over there.
Rota, Spain. I love Spain because we love Barcelona. We love Madrid. That's the only place I've been.
Olé.
And Olé. Let's go. But so Spain. And then when did you come to the United States?
I came when I was 5 years old, so I had to be 1985. I just aged myself out there. I dyed my beard, so I am a little bit younger these days.
I love it. 1985.
Yes.
So grew up here in Orlando, or where was it?
Yeah, we went to South Carolina, and then, as a military child, we bounced around, but I ended up in Orlando, and I've been here ever since.
I love it. I love South Carolina. And that's where you met your boo. No. Never moved here.
No. My boo. I did meet her in Orlando. If you don't know who she is, we won't talk about her. Just kidding. No, but I met her.
Oh, she's gonna make this podcast.
I met her 22 years ago.
I love it. So, just for you guys or gals are listening to, why the Salamat family is very special to us. Technically me and Gia's right hand to our whole entire business and partnership is actually Ruben's wife, Jackie Salamat. And big shout out to Jackie Salamat. Let's go, because she's amazing. Let's go. That camera there. All right, perfect. Your camera's there. All right, perfect. And there you go. And they've come to become to us a great piece of our not only business but our family. And that is the reason we met Ruben. Through some events, etc. And we're going to go over kind of his schedule. So you are here in the United States, 5 years old. So going elementary school, middle school, All in Orlando?
All well in South Carolina, and then I moved to Orlando when I was
Orlando.
12.
Yes.
And I've been here ever since.
go.
Learning the landscape, getting ready for this real estate world.
I love it. I love it. So as time goes by, you're obviously getting into your 20s, etc. I do know, and obviously you came from the corporate world. Tell us about that corporate world. What was that position when you actually entered that corporate world, which is actually government?
Yep, it was a government position. I was there for 18 years. Literally, shout out to Drake. I started from the bottom. I was in the file room. Just pushing files away. Work ethic took me a long way, and became into management, where I stayed there for 18 years.
18 years corporate. And that was which part of the government?
It was for the county over at the Orange County Clerk of Courts.
Perfect. And nobody's going to hold anything against you. Whatever you say is...
No,
is
absolutely not. I have nothing bad to say about them. I learned a lot. They made me the person I am today.
Yes.
My work attributes, my work ethic, responsibility. I learned a lot from them. I have nothing bad to say.
So, if you heard correctly, 18 years in one, not position, because obviously you had different positions, but one entity, one organization. So, tell me a little bit about, the corporate world, and how was your experience? Let's say when you first started in that mailroom, your experience as far as maybe, what you expected and what reality was.
Well, I wasn't getting out of college thinking, I can't wait to file some paperwork. But, I started there. It was an in-between job.
Yeah.
But, getting promoted and promoted and promoted, there was a lot of good things that happened to me. It was a blessing. Wasn't the richest person, but it provided what we needed in our family, health benefits, days off, things like that. They had a lot of incentives to continue working there, and I don't want to say they encapsulated. Not even sure that's the right word.
Encapsulated.
I will have to Google that later and see.
My wife uses that when she says something like disease or something encapsulated. I don't know.
So they kept me in because of the great benefits, the great time off, the great pay, and things like that. But there's a time and a place for everything, and I felt like there was more in this world.
Gotcha. So, there's a lot of people out there right now who are in that position right now, right? They're in the corporate world. They've been there for years upon years upon years. And could you say there's a sense of maybe a comfort zone that, maybe you think about doing something different, but then you get back and then, a year goes by, then another year goes by, and then 18 years go by. Yeah. So did you ever feel that way when you were in the corporate world? Like, listen, there's maybe something more for me, but this is my comfort zone right now.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That's exactly what I felt. You're comfortable there. It's routine. It's for me, it felt like a Groundhog's Day. I'm not sure if you guys seen the movie.
Yeah, I have. Bill Murray, one of my faves.
But every day was the same day for me. Waking up so early and going to work. Coming home, get ready for the next day, and blink of an eye, 18 years later.
Yeah.
I think for me, one of the turning points was COVID. Believe it or not.
Yeah.
When you're locked in a room in 2020 for 14 days, you have a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
And, I don't want to say that I wasn't happy, but I felt that there was more for me and my family.
Absolutely.
Right? So thinking about it, I'm like, I get great pay, all these benefits and whatnot, but I'm never going to be over the top, right? So I can work as hard as I want. I'll still always be here. Yeah. There's a different aspect as my wife is in real estate. I know that the harder you work, the harder, the more you'll get paid.
Absolutely.
So I'm in it for big dreams. So
I love it. I
want the nice car. I want the nice house.
I love it.
Why not me?
Yeah, absolutely. Cheers to that. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Cheers to that. So comfort level is there. You were one of the first people, funny enough, that I knew that had COVID.
Thank you.
I know. Hey, listen, I don't know if it's an honor, but and it was crazy because it was at that point that around that time, which is probably summer 2020. At first people thought, whatever, we're gonna be locked up for a week. Then it was like 2 weeks, then 3 weeks, then 2.5 months later. Then we all realized that this is kind of real. But it does make you think. Society changed a lot, and for some people it would have been I need a bigger house.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm stuck in a place for 2.5 months with 7 people in a 3-bedroom, 1,200 square foot house. Now I have to see them every day, and unfortunately, some divorces happen probably too. I mean, people, that's the ugly part of that because people are like. When you're in a routine, and like you said, Groundhog's Day, when you're in a routine, it's like, you go to work, we see each other maybe for an hour or two, and then, we do the same thing over again and over again.
Yep.
So when COVID hit, it's like people like had to be with each other forcefully.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So now it's like, hey, I didn't know that this person was like that, or my wife was like that, my husband was like that. And it was either good or bad.
Yep.
But in your case, it actually, you got COVID and 14 days of being isolated.
As patient number 1. Yeah,
Patient number 1. Patient number 1 got you thinking that. And what was those thoughts technically that you were thinking, like, as far as, I guess, where your life was headed?
Well, I don't want to say I was going through a midlife crisis, but, I wanted more.
Past mine.
Yeah. I wanted more. I was in my room. I felt like, why can't I have a bigger room?
Yeah.
And
very.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, not that Instagram or Facebook should be a motivation, but you scroll and you're like, look at these houses, look at these cars, and thinking about it, I was like, I'm never gonna own these things. I'm never gonna go on these vacations. I'm never gonna. Not that I'm materialistic, because I'm a very blessed individual.
Yeah.
I know I am, but why can't I have these things? And I know I would never be able to get it working in a corporate world, 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Just with my ceiling being here.
Yeah.
So, thinking about it, speaking with Jackie several times, because I've been to G World, or now LPT and G World Nexus. I would watch you guys grow. I would go to your Christmas parties and barbecues, and you guys would have a hell of a time.
We throw some big parties,
and you guys would have all these success stories. Like, hey, this person made this much, and you guys are just having the time of your lives. And I'm like, oh, well, that's awesome, but I got to go to work on Monday.
Yeah.
So after much thought, consideration, talking with my wife, praying about it, looking at the statistics, I'm like, if I jump into real estate, I don't know the statistics off the top of my head. Alexa, how many realtors don't make it in the first 5 years? It's like
it's a lot.
It's a lot. Right. So it's a scary thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it's like 9 out of 10 don't make it. Right.
It's the truth.
It's the truth.
Just like business owners,
right.
like brand new
So
business owners.
I had to think about a big leap to do that.
Yeah.
And I did not want to be those 9 people that don't make it.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew if I joined the JG Signature team, there would be a 200% chance that I would make it. So I did it, and I haven't looked back since.
That turning point is big, I think, for a lot of people, and I hope whoever needs to hear this is hearing it right now. So you just said, I can only reach a certain ceiling, and I'm not going to get there. I kind of put that analogy to, I play a lot of blackjack. You play poker, right?
Same.
Poker. Oh, blackjack. Blackjack.
Yes, sir.
So think about blackjack, but your maximum hand is $5.
Yeah.
You can only get so much.
Correct.
It's the truth, right?
Correct.
Because if your maximum has $5, okay, I'm going all in, but it's only $5,
Yep.
right? You will never get to that 200, 300, 400, 500 mark, and there's a reason for that, right? Because there's a cap to it. So, when you lift that cap and now the minimum or the maximum hand is $500, then you're gonna get a head higher, right? Yep. So I think that's a lot of people feel themselves right now. It's like, might be a little bit stuck. I'm in a place where I am comfortable, and I'm afraid to take the leap. So when you took that leap or that decision, that took you how long?
Close to a year.
A year of thinking about it, right?
Close to a year. And I can remember the day I pulled the trigger. I had dinner at your house with you.
Was it the influence?
Yeah, with you and your wife.
And that bottle of Glenlivet.
Yeah, you and your wife, Gia. Not sure if you guys know who she is. You'll know her from the hit show, I Have an Accent, So What?
Yes.
Or Yo Tengo un Acento y qué?
Right before.
Yeah. So I remember you guys talking to me, and it was very motivational. And now that you're blowing smoke up my butt, but you're giving me facts. And,
it's the truth. And sometimes we need that reminder or that person to tell you that it is. And mind you, it took you a year, right? Because, I think you're a very analytical person.
Yep.
You remind me a lot of my brother Joel. That he thinks about it, casts his draw it out, and does numbers and this. Well, what if that, and what if from that? And for the most part, whoever's doing that out there, I think, if you're overthinking it, that means it's probably the right choice. I think when you overthink, at the end of the day, it always turns out good.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and that's security. And most of the time, when you're overthinking it, the situation is actually much better than what you're actually putting into your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I won't say numbers or anything, but then I remember that you told me, I have this backing, and I have this retirement, I have this 401k.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, you're ready to go. Just do
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even have that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, I definitely, for me, I had to have that security. I
Yeah.
had to have a plan.
Yeah, of course.
I couldn't just jump off the ship and hopefully I would float,
How hard is it as a guy or a man, a head of household, you have kids, I have children, to make some type of a decision like this in that sense of situation? I'm in the comfort zone. This is the safe part, and I gotta just jump.
Yeah. It's extremely hard. It's a year-long decision,
Decision.
right? I'm a husband.
Yeah.
I'm a father.
Yeah.
I'm a lot of things. I'm a brother.
You're a lover.
Yeah. And I'm a lover.
Exactly.
But
Absolutely.
no, as a man, there's no way that I could fail.
Of course.
Whatever decision I
No
make,
option.
there's no failure is not an option.
Yeah.
So I had to go balls to the wall, is what they say.
Balls to the walls.
and
First time.
and go hard.
Yeah.
Because
No pun
failure was not failure was not an option. So
Yeah.
it was a really long decision.
No pun intended. That's a really fun reel.
It was not easy, but making that decision is one of the best decisions I've ever made.
When failure is not an option, it's tough, right? Failure is an option. And mind you, just to kind of just put a little bit more sense into the situation, your wife and our partner, she's also self-employed.
Yep.
She's also an entrepreneur.
Yep.
Sense of some security, but still, it's like, now we're both going into it.
Yeah.
So a lot of couples out there are going through the same thing. Is like, maybe it's not leaving a corporate job, or here, I'm going to join you, but let's both go into business. Let's
Yeah.
both leave this thing behind with no security. And I've heard a lot of success stories on that, and that's really, really the key.
Yeah.
No risk, no reward.
Absolutely. I mean, if you think about it, if we're both, in real estate, we don't have a check coming in every 2 weeks.
Correct.
There's no payday. There's no things like that.
Yeah.
So you got to hustle. And, if you don't hustle, you don't eat. Right?
That's just right. That's the truth.
So, you got to be disciplined. You got to be on top of your game and make sure you budget yourself because, there could be a drought. But, as long as you're hustling and doing what you got to do, I think God will provide.
Now it comes real. You did make the decision.
Yeah.
Now it's like, this. Now, what was that experience, letting your organization of 18 years know that you're out? Was that hard?
Yeah, so I remember that day, I wrote up my 2-week notice, where it was actually a month, and I remember walking down that hall to my boss's office, I don't want to say shivering or shitting my pants.
Right,
but,
that's what you're going to say.
Yeah, so, I'm holding this 2-week notice like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to pull the
Yeah,
trigger,
absolutely.
and I'm going to give it to her, and here we go. So I remember doing it, and, after I gave it to her, I said, holy shit, I really did this.
Yeah.
There's no turning back.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
I did it. I'm here.
What was her reaction?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
18 years,
Yeah, of course.
I'm a jokester, so she thought I was playing around.
Oh, it was like,
Right?
okay.
So, no, absolutely.
Did you do it on April Fool's Day? No. All right, perfect. So it was like, are you serious, like in disbelief, et cetera, there. How long was she your boss?
She hired me, believe it or
Oh,
not.
so 18 years.
Yeah, 18 years.
Oh, so she
hired
was the
me.
one.
Yeah,
18
yeah.
years. Got you. Okay, so that's crazy.
Absolutely.
Because obviously you might get different bosses throughout the years.
I
No,
mean,
she
I
was the
did.
one.
She hired me, and then I got different bosses throughout the year. But then
And she came back.
We came back, and then.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So 18 years, gotcha. And now get into the business full time, So in real estate business, obviously we're all talking about, this is a hustle business. This is really like you make your own hours,
Yep.
but what you produce or what you put into it is what you're going to get back.
Correct.
Okay. So what was it like that first few weeks into the business full time?
Well, when I started, I thought I was gonna have a Range Rover waiting for me outside.
Right. Like a preacher.
Right, but it wasn't there. So
Like in 2006.
right. So, coming here to my first meeting, I was introduced of what you got to do.
Yeah.
I'm here thinking, I'm used to the corporate world where, you just kind of do your thing. But no, you got to be a hustler, and you got to go hard. Again, here we go. But, you got to be consistent. You got to make these calls.
Yeah, make these calls.
And meet new people. and get out there and introduce yourself and make sure you stand out, right?
Right.
So that's what I did, and I want to say I'm somewhat successful.
Absolutely. Now changing or kind of like comparing those first few weeks of real estate to what you were before. So in the corporate world, Groundhog Day,
Yeah.
every day is the same. What was it like every Sunday night for you in the corporate world?
In the corporate world is, Sundays, it was a chill day because I had to get ready for the next day, right? I'm getting
Yeah.
my clothes ready. I got to get my food ready. I wanted to mentally decompress because I got a full week ahead of me, Monday through Friday. Actually, I work 7:30 to 4:30, but,
Yeah.
that was my life. That was my life for so many years. So I could hang out Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night.
Yeah.
Please leave me alone because I'm getting ready for work on Monday.
I love now, but mentally, maybe those last few months or that last year, or maybe after COVID,
Yeah.
the epiphany, was it tough? Was it tough? Like kind of like that's kind of like maybe the turning point where you're thinking like this again. Is this again? Did it ever come to your mind? I mean,
No, I mean, I want to say after that, after having conversations of, this is a possibility that I'm gonna
Yeah.
quit my job and
Yeah.
do real estate, and we're like, well, who's gonna pay for the health insurance? Who's gonna do all the retirement and all
Yeah,
this and that? I'm
questions.
like, oh well, I was more worried than my wife, but she
Yeah.
kind of held it down and said, well, we'll figure it out and we're gonna do it, and we did it.
now a couple weeks into real estate in it. Okay, so now realization, a little more flexibility in schedule.
Yeah.
Schedule.
It is, and it's a shock because I've never worked from home, and not that I work from home because you got to be out and about and things like that, but you do have times that you're at home. You can be making
Yeah.
calls and things like that.
Yeah.
You got to be structured, responsible. People think, oh, you're in real estate, you're gonna be making thousands of dollars. It's super
Make it
easy, but
rain.
no, it's not. You got to be
Yeah.
consistent. I found myself one day, I was supposed to make calls, and my computer chair was squeaky, so I went to the garage to, get a screwdriver. I saw the pressure washer when I opened the garage, like, I got to pressure wash my driveway. Pressure wash the driveway. And then I started pressure washing the house. Pressure wash the fence. I was like, oh, I chipped the fence. Let me start painting the fence. So you could get carried away. If
Yeah.
you're working at home,
Yeah.
people think, oh, I want to work from home. It's great. But, you got to
Yeah.
you can't be just, I'm going to do laundry and cook. No, you got to
Yeah.
actually work.
How important is now, because obviously in corporate world you have somebody behind you, right?
Yeah.
Always,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Breathing down, not breathing down your neck, but always accountability. So as an entrepreneur now, right? 1099,
Yep.
self-employed, commission only, which takes a lot of balls, by the way. Because it says it's cojones, because you are really creating your own success,
Yep.
right? You're part of a team. You're part of our team. We have team members. Yes, we do have accountability, but at the end of the day, you're still 1099.
Yeah.
We could tell you be at a meeting or be in this, but at the end of the day, if you don't show up, like literally, you don't show up,
Yep,
right?
yep.
There could be consequences. There could be. I mean, I don't know. But now that you're working on your own, how important or how does that discipline change or important now to being your own boss technically?
Yeah, so I mean, it is different. If you work in the corporate world, not that everyone does this, but you can slack off sometimes, and
Everybody does it.
Yeah, you can slack off, and no one's
Netflix
gonna
action.
know, things like that. You can chill, but when you slack off and chill in real estate, there's somebody else coming for you and trying to take your deals.
Yep.
There's somebody else calling
Yeah.
your lead. There's somebody else trying to get that listing or trying to get that buyer. So
Yeah.
it's in your financial benefit to be a hustler.
Yeah.
And you reap the rewards. The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
If you do what you got to do, you will be successful.
So discipline is important. Organization. How important is organization?
Organization is super key. I'm extra organized, if you will say. My suits are in certain color order and
Oh,
things
you
like
too?
that.
You
Yeah,
too?
I'm extra, and you gotta be. Like you say,
Yeah.
on your schedule, you gotta have no white space and things
No
like
white spaces.
that. You gotta be organized. I got a spreadsheet for my spreadsheets. You gotta be organized and know what you gotta do and set goals for yourself. Because if you don't
Yeah.
set goals for yourself, daily goals, you can get lost and not doing anything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So organization is definitely key. I mean, I think a lot of people out there right now who are thinking about entrepreneurship, and that's our target. As a target audience is just literally people who are wanting something more. Organization is very important. Discipline is very important. Do you remember when your first deal was? How long did it take? How long did that? I think I have an idea, but I'm not.
So I remember I was part of, I was a junior, and I needed to get 3 deals in 3 months,
Yeah. Yep.
and I made it.
Let's go.
So, yeah, I made it. So, obviously with the JG signature team,
Yeah.
you provided some leads and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was busting out these phones.
Yeah.
I was scared out of my mind that, I was not going to get paid. So
Yeah.
I needed a deal. And I did not want to be not on the team
Yeah.
because this is what I did everything for. So, I had to bust it out. And I'm glad I have nights and weekends because
Yeah.
on my phone plan. 'Cause
I love it. I love it. So it took about, so within those 90 days, you had your first deal, obviously your
Yep.
first 3 deals,
Yep.
but that first deal, I think, came probably like 30 days in.
Yep, it was like in my 30 days. I got
Do you remember what it was?
It was a listing appointment, believe it or not. It was a listing
Yeah.
appointment. I
Wow,
walked into his
business.
house, pooping my pants, but he did not know that. You walk in confident,
Confidence.
cool, and collected. I acted like I knew what I was saying. I mean, I did.
Yeah.
But you build a rapport. You're confident. You're always professional. You have a little bit of light humor.
Yeah.
And I earned his trust.
And it's very important, again, if you don't have an organization, then you have to kind of make it up. But we always taught our agents and everybody from our team is like, lose the leverage of what we've done. We've been doing this for 17, now 17 years. And listen, walk in like if you're the 17-year mark, walk in like you have done 100 listings, walk in like you've done this before. Nobody should see the fear or the butterfly in your stomach. Like you walk in with the confidence
Yep.
that, it's gonna tear the walls down, right?
Yep.
It's gonna explode the room with so much confidence that you have. Okay.
Yeah. I bought a new suit, and every time I have a listing appointment that I really really want, which I want them all.
Yeah.
That's the suit
The
that
new
I bust
suit.
out. That's the blue
The
suit I
power
bust
suit.
out.
I
Yep.
believe in that too. You have a power outfit, right? You have really good outfits sometimes, but like it's the truth.
Yeah.
Like you have that one outfit or that one color scheme or that one, suit in the men's world, that you went in is like the power one. Like
Yeah.
nobody can mess with you in that suit.
I would sell my house to myself when I wear that suit.
It's very important. It's very important. And I think the guys in our team are very well groomed. Yeah. There's
Yeah,
only
I would say
three of us.
all of them.
There's only 3 of us right now.
Yeah.
There's only 3 of us now. We're surrounded by ladies.
Yeah.
But it is very important to dress the part, I
sure.
believe, is what it is. So I look at some people out there, and again, God bless them, they're trying to do their thing, but it's like, I would never do business with that.
No, I mean,
That's what I'm saying,
you gotta be professional. You gotta look professional. I mean, I've seen people come into when I've had open houses and they're real. I thought they were the buyer, but the realtors they're coming in shorts
flip flop section.
and
And
things
again,
like that.
this is a great subject because and then we'll kind of wrap it up with this, but importance of actually presence. And, I think it has to do with where you're at. We're in Orlando, Florida. We're in Central Florida. We're in a metropolitan area. I think it's important to be there. Now, if we were in Hawaii, board shorts probably could work.
Yeah, flower shirts all day.
Flower shirts all day. I think if we were in Texas selling, ranches, we'll be in cowboy boots
Cowboy
and
hats.
cowboy
Yeah.
hats. You got to kind of match the situation. I've heard a lot of comments between, oh, you don't have to dress up. Elon Musk is dress up. But I think it's, until you're in Elon Musk, situation. But we are in a situation where, the first impression is there. I always preach it's 5 seconds to make a first impression.
For sure.
And we have to make it happen. So, always looking good, looking dapper.
Yeah, I try. I mean, I took a shower today. Got a haircut.
Look good, smell good, come in, because people can sense the sense of confidence that you have walking in.
Yeah.
But I believe, it's not for, the actual dress up portion of it is mainly for you.
Yeah.
It is for the client. It is for the person you're
For
meeting
sure.
with, but it's for you. You feel great, look great, feel great. Listen, if you're in your industry, you feel great in a t-shirt and you're full of tattoos, then that's the way it goes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It depends on the industry. For us, I think this is where it is, and people appreciate
For sure.
for that. We bring the sexy back to the actual dress code.
Yeah,
I think,
absolutely.
and I know it because people sometimes tell us, they come in and say, "Wow, I got to dress up a little bit because you guys are always dressed up," and it kind of feeds off. And we don't tell you guys to dress up; you guys just do it on your own.
Yeah.
But I think it's a good thing to feel good, dress good.
No,
Feel
I
good.
mean, absolutely. I mean, that's in every aspect. If you wear your rags to work out, you're not going to get a good workout. So if you wear, decent clothes or workout clothes to work out, you're going to get a good workout. If you're wearing your suit and for a listing presentation,
Yeah.
and you're wearing your Ferragamo belt,
Yeah, let's go.
Shout out to Salvatore Ferragamo if you're watching this. I'm accepting
We'll tag him on this book.
all materials, but you know, if you're dressing the part, you're
Yeah.
gonna get the part for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Dress good, feel good. Just get that in place. Like nobody can take over that presentation that you can. That demonstration, presentation, appointment. I think it's the very, very important part where you gotta just show up and be great and do it. So,
Absolutely.
you know, cheers to that because I think we
Cheers,
need
brother.
to bring these suits back and these pocket squares back because a lot of people just stop doing it. Polo shirts.
We're bringing sexy back.
That's a time and place for everything. Time and place for everything. So just wrapping it up. Now we're gonna fast forward after his first 3 deals, after deals he's done. Ruben has definitely shown, and again, by the hustle, by the tools, by the education and the knowledge he's gotten over the last, now going on 2 years of full time in real estate. Where does the future now go for Ruben Salamat? Next 12 months.
Yeah. Well, the hustle don't stop.
The hustle don't stop.
We committed to the JG Signature team to make this thing explode and grow, and I'm all about that life. I'm here
go.
for the long haul, and we're gonna kill 2023.
Let's go.
With the way we present ourselves and the service that we provide. The sky's the limit.
Absolutely, absolutely. I believe, and this is it, the answer to a lot of people's, problems and situations. Again, money's not everything because it's not materialistic.
For sure.
But it is a tool to the next step. And I believe more transactions, more income is the solution to everybody's main problems right
Yeah,
now. Okay?
yeah.
Financials.
No, for
everything
sure.
else.
I mean, obviously, money's not everything, but it does help.
It does help.
It does help. Ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's the love of money that's the problem. But the tool of using it to further your family,
Yeah.
financial freedom, etc. is
Yeah.
is what it is. So, and last but not least, 200%. What does that mean to you?
200%. It's everything. I mean, coming here, it's giving it your all, right?
Yeah.
It's not half-assing it. It's not just being here and coming to the meetings, things like that. It's giving it your 200%. Not even your 100%. It's your 200%.
200%.
And it's not only for the team to build and whatnot. It's for yourselves and for your family. So, you got to take it personal.
Take it personal.
Yeah, real estate is unforgiving, so you got to give it 200% every single day.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I appreciate you being here, obviously sharing your story. I
Pleasure's
think
all
and
mine.
hopefully take this and hopefully put it into life. I know there's a lot of people right there that are probably in your same position,
Yep.
are deciding, should I go into business on my own? I have this opportunity. I can build something. I have a passion for this particular industry, and I need to make that move. So I'm hoping that today, whoever listens to this, it makes that leap just like you did.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an easy step. I'm not gonna say it's an easy step, but just trust in yourself, bet on yourself, and just give it your all. I mean, because like they say, YOLO, right? You only live once. You don't want to be a 60-year-old man or 80-year-old woman laying in your bed and saying, "I wish I did it." Why would you want to be back there and be like, "Oh man, I wish I would have did this. I wish I did." Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah.
Sure.
And one tip you would give to, especially the young hustlers out there, those 20-somethings, 22, 23, 24, same thing, trying to do and make it and listening to us because we look young. We look young. Like, so what is that one tip you give those young hustlers out there?
For those young hustlers out there, if I was 22 years old, I literally wish I was 22 years old. I would have gotten into real estate. I would have purchased properties. I would have sold properties. This is how you build generational wealth, for sure. This is how you make it.
That's how you make it.
Yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
Absolutely. Well, guys, again, this story was amazing to me. I really appreciate you, Ruben. Cheers to you.
Thank you, sir.
For sharing your story. And guys, if you're in the midst of thinking about going into entrepreneurship, this is the time, 2023. Don't listen to the inflation myths. Don't listen to everything that's going on, high interest rates. There are people making money this year in 2023. You just listen to one of them, and we're going to look back, to whatever it is, 9 months from now, whatever it is, and look back and how it is. So guys, don't be afraid to jump in, do entrepreneurship. This is the best route. This is the best part. So guys, I will leave you with that. Thank you so much to our guest, Ruben Salamat.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. I'll see you next time on the 200% Life podcast.